Hey guys, welcome back to Gone Driving. For this week's video, we'll be reviewing the 2022 Land Rover Defender. I'll be going over the exterior, the interior, and then going for a drive. However, the driving video will actually follow after this review comes out, so make sure you hit the notification bell to see when that video drops, and of course, subscribe to the channel to see when it posts. And of course, if you enjoy watching this video, make sure you smash the like button, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. The all-new Defender has elements from its original Defender from the 50s, but in reality, it is a very ultra-modern, luxury, and a very capable off-roading machine. The new Defender also comes equipped with an aluminum chassis that Land Rover says is the best they ever designed on any of their cars, and it comes standard with locking rear differentials. The Defender is going to be coming in 3 different variants in terms of the engine options. The first one is a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that puts out 296 horsepower, which is this car right here. And then we've got a supercharged 6-cylinder and then a V8 similar to this SVR that we've seen in the Range Rover Sport. The overall front of the car it's very much similar to the original one. They've not really changed a lot of things. I still like the boxy feeling that they have in the front of the car, and then the bumper sticks out a little bit more, and then we've got the headlights here, which are again very similar but still modern compared to the original one. We've got these semicircle lights. These are LEDs here as well. These are daytime running lights, and we've got the LED fog lights, and then we've got the blackout package in this car, which is an optional feature that Land Rover offers to the customers. And we've also got this waffle design that kind of screams off-roading, if you want to call it that. From the side of the car, you get to really see how big and massive this car is. I mean, I'm 5'8", and this car towers over 6, maybe just over 6 feet. But in terms of the overall design language here, we've got these square-shaped mirrors here, again, very much mimicking the boxy OG design. We've got these big door panels here, and then the door handles here, which are very sturdy. I like them. And then on the rim side here, we've got 20-inch 5-spoke rims, which are usually in a normal silver finish, but these are obviously finished in a black coating, which the Range Rover offers as an option. And then also, we'll go a little bit about this when we go into the interior of the car, but we've got a camera right under the mirror here for the 360 camera, which we'll see it's very nice, very clear. And then also, when we unlock the car, you've got this little projection of the Defender in case you forgot which car you were in. And also, Land Rover gives you the option to customize this little square panel here with the Land Rover logo. You can finish it in any color you want, sort of contrast it. Some people like to do that. This one's obviously finished in the black, matching the body color. And then we've got the Land Rover badge here, very much resembling the Heritage Defender. And on the top here, we've got these roof rails for any, transporting any skis or anything else. It's very functional. It's very amazing. You can actually put a tent on top of that as well. And then moving on to the rear of the car, it's probably my favorite portion of the car. I'm very happy that Land Rover brought back the original design with the spare tire and the gate that swings wide open. It's really nice. And something about, a spare tire in the back sort of screams soccer mom, but nonetheless, I really like it. And then in terms of the rear taillights here, again, that boxy element, the boxy design carries over onto the back here. You've got these square illuminating taillights, again, very similar to the Heritage, the original Defender. Although I do feel like the fact that they're square, they're a little bit less luminescent, but I still like them, and they're probably one of the best features of the car. And one thing I did notice is that you don't really see the rear wiper unless you come over here, and you can actually see the wiper hidden right behind the spare tire here. One complaint or one reservation I do have is that a lot of SUVs, a lot of off-roaders have the option for you to open up this glass portion here so you can grab things out without actually opening the trunk. It's a small little issue, but I think it could have been nice if Land Rover did that. And then moving on to the trunk portion of the car here, I love how the door swings wide open. It's a very cool, unique feature. It doesn't get old for me ever. I love doing that. And then in terms of the overall trunk space here, we've got 36 cubic feet of space. You've also got the optional 3rd row seating, although personally I don't think you need more than the 5 seats here, but again, you have the option to do that. And then we've got this waffle pattern that we had in the front, also here in the bottom, creating a very rugged design here. Again, you can just put your boots here, anything dirty, you can just go over here. And then we've also got these latches here in case you want to tie on something, or you want to put a net or anything like that. It's a very cool thing as well. And then also, again, since this is a pretty high car, Land Rover thought of the fact that, people are obviously going to be loading and unloading things off the car. So you have a button here that allows you to lower or elevate the car depending on whatever your needs are. Now, you might be also wondering, where are the exhaust pipes in this car? Land Rover decided to hid them. Do I like them personally? No, I don't like the fact that they hid them, but they are still available right here underneath the car. There's 2 exhaust pipes here. Both are real and functional. And as I mentioned earlier, the door panel itself, or the rear door panel, is very, very cool. It's a very heavy door. I love this bolted on screws here, the design. And then we've got pouches here for extra storage space. We've got a handle here to close it up. And overall, this design sort of follows along the interior, which we'll see next. And then in the interior of the Defender, we've got these bolted on screws on the door panel here. It looks very, very nice. I love that feature. It looks very much like an off-road. It resembles that, screams that. And then we've got these handles here. We'll finish in the leather trim. We've got the handle here to open the door. So it's a little bit lower than I expected. But again, I think just because they wanted to make space for that, the screw design, so they wanted to move it a little bit lower. Then we've got little pouches here, a little space here for your car keys, your wallet, anything like that. And then in terms of the cockpit, the driver's side area, we've got this steering wheel here. It's a 5-spoke design with buttons here on the steering wheel, which again are very cool because they actually change depending on which mode you were in terms of your gauge cluster. So the gauge cluster is a 12-inch LCD screen, which can be modified and adjusted based on whatever setting or driving mode you're in. And then also in terms of the side here, Land Rover decided to keep it pretty simple, and there's not really much going on here except for the fact that there's an electronic handbrake here, and that's about it. There's a little space here on the side for your wallet, keys, anything else that you might have, extra storage, and that sort of design element sort of carries over into the right side here where you can just put more stuff. And then moving on to the center console area, we've got this massive armrest here that lifts up, plenty of storage here if you need to put any big water bottles, anything like that. And then we've got a wireless charging mat right over here for a big enough phone for any size. And then we've got these cup holders here. Again, they look very, they've got this rubbery finish to them. Obviously, Land Rover thought of the fact that, things might be spilling out. You might have just overall cleanups to take care of. So instead of having it finish in a luxury finish or a plastic finish, they just decided to leave it rubber, which is again, very, very great thing. Land Rover was thinking far ahead. And then after the cup holders, we've got this massive empty space here. It's a little bit unique because I don't really get the point of it, because let's say if you have your phone on you, if you just want to put it here, there's actually nothing to hold on to unless you get all the way to the bottom. So I'm guessing it's for, again, large things or anything that you want to put that's pretty big and won't fit in the cup holder. It's a bit of a unique design here. And then also we've got a USB-C and a regular USB port, as well as a adapter for anything else. So again, all 3 options are available, which is very amazing because Land Rover was thinking. And then moving up here to the entertainment area, we've got the buttons here for climate control. Your volume knob is right over here. You've got the engine start stop here, the gear shifter, and then a 10-inch screen for your navigation, your camera, your music, all that sorts of stuff, fun stuff. And this is an optional, there's an optional feature that allows you to upgrade it to the 11.4-inch, although I think the 10-inch screen is more than enough. And also, when I mentioned earlier the storage space, it doesn't stop on the left and right side. There's actually space behind the screen, which is very cool. If you just want to hide some stuff or just want to put some things, it's still there for you. And then on the top portion of the car here, I feel like it's a very premium quality material here. We've got a big speaker here. So this car has a Meridian, the premium Meridian speakers, very, very great sound system. And then we've got the vents here and the hazard signal light here. It's a little bit of a weird placement in my opinion, because it's a little bit further for the driver to hold on to and to get to. And it's sort of like, it's gonna have a weird airflow when you open them or close them up. And then as I was mentioning about the handlebars, so you've got them right here on the side as well. So when you get into the car, you can hold on to this and then get in, because again, this is a pretty high car, so having this is a very useful feature. And I know I've mostly talked about the fact that this Defender is very much oriented towards people who want to off-road this car, but there's also luxury features, as we'll see with the screen later on, but also the overall interior seats here. So these are leather seats, finished in this nice little beige color, and then these are obviously adjustable through different ways. We've got the lever here, and then the button here, and then obviously to adjust them front and back. And then also in terms of the carpet area, it's very interesting. These are rubber mats, obviously the optional ones, but actually Land Rover still carries over that waffle pattern design into the carpet area of the car. They say it's supposed to be very easy to clean up in case you have any muddy shoes or anything like that. So it's a very, very nice feature. Again, they're thinking of the off-roaders. And in the rear seating area of the car, we've got these handlebars here on each side of the car. Again, you can grab onto them to get in. because this car is so high. And then we've got this little storage area here to put anything else here for people in the back. I love how simple and just rugged it is. There's no net, there's no mesh. I don't like that ever, so I'm glad that Land Rover didn't do that. And then we've got a little boxy area here. I'm not really sure what it means, so if you know, please be sure to leave a comment down below. It'll help me out and it'll let me know. And then we've also got these USB ports here. So these are the original USB ports, not the USB-C. 5-volt charging, again, for any passengers in the back who want to charge their devices. And then moving on to the middle area here, we've got a area for your charging. So we've got the USB-C ports here actually, and then you've got adapters here for anything else. And then we don't actually have any controls for the climate here, so everything is controlled from the front, but still very, very unique, very rugged. The vents are here as well, so very, very nice. And also the Defender comes with a massive sunroof, so this one opens up all the way here. But then a very unique thing in this car is the fact that you have skylight, is what they call it, where you have windows right over here on each side of the car, creating allowing for a lot more light into the car. And it is very, very nice. I feel like, especially for people in the third row, if you have a third row option, it's very nice for them. And then another cool element that I didn't mention before is the fact that this mirror here, the rear view mirror, it looks pretty standard and generic, right? Well, no. When you flip the switch here, you actually get a camera to see what's going on in the very back of the car, basically to see the rear traffic. It's very useful, I feel like, if you have passengers in the rear seating area, or if you have a lot of big things in the trunk area. So if that's obstructing your vision, this is obviously a great feature, and it's very, very high definition, high quality. So I like the fact that this can be actually very useful. And it doesn't stop there actually. You have the option to adjust and change the controls of this rear view mirror, or the camera here. So when you press this here, you can change the brightness, so you can decrease it or increase it depending on your preference. And then you can also actually change the camera angle and see where you want to look at. So if you want to look lower, you can. If you want to look higher, you can do that as well. So now we actually started up the car so we can actually see everything in action and working. We've got the climate control buttons here. We've also got the height option here. So as I mentioned earlier, so this car has the optional air suspension. The Defender comes standard with coiled springs, but then if you add the air suspension, which I think is a must-have feature, it obviously gives you the option to adjust the height of the car from either increasing it or decreasing it. So right now it's at a normal height. We can drop it here, so we just press this and it drops down. Very, very unique, very, very easy to use. You've got your auto start-stop button here, your downhill descent climb button, your traction control button, and another off-roading feature here. And then moving on to the screen here, the 10-inch screen, as I was mentioning earlier, I think it's ample screen size, really. You don't really need the optional 11-inch, but it's still there for you if you want to use it. So Land Rover calls this the Pivi Pro. I'm not sure why they call it that, and it's actually a different interface than their Land Rover or their Land Rover Vogue or their Range Rover Sport or any of the other models. So which is very unique. The Defender gets its own software interface, and it's actually pretty good and pretty user-friendly. I mean, I already know that Jaguar and Land Rover doesn't have the best reputation in terms of their software, but this one's actually pretty good. You've got your home screen here, so you've got all the options. You've got the navigation. You can change your accounts depending on the key. You can change your seats, your climate control options, the camera. So as I mentioned earlier, there's a camera by the side of your mirror, but there's also a 360 camera, and it's very, very high quality. I think it's really, really useful for anyone if they want to take this car off-roading. You can see really all angles of the car. And then there's an off-road feature here. So again, you can see anything under the car, next to the car. Very nice. You can change the locking differentials here as well. And then also, we've got the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, as I was mentioning earlier. It is wireless for the CarPlay. You've got a valet mode, which is very interesting. So again, I guess when you're dropping your car off to valet, you can just click that, and then it'll sort of limit some features of the car. Very nice. You can see your eco data here. So any of the driving options or the driving characteristics you want to see, that's there for you as well. And then also, we've got a 4x4 button, so you can actually see lots of different things in terms of your altitude, your direction, your map, compass reading, and all that. And then you've also got the weight sensing feature here. So from what I know, I think the Land Rover Defender allows you to go into water up to 30 inches of water, which is very good. I think it's industry leading. So it tells you exactly how much water you're in when you go off-roading or when you go into a lake or water. And then you've also got a information area here for any of the different modes. So we've got mud, sand, grass, gravel. You can do a rock crawl. So lots of different options here. And then going back to the home screen, we've also got a low traction launch. It's a funny feature because I mean I don't think anyone with the Defender would really be launching this car. It's not really meant for, you know, performance side of things, but hey, it's still there for you. And then also another funny feature is a vehicle dimensions feature. So this one actually provides you with the exact dimensions of the car. I guess it's useful if you want to add any accessories, any attachments. So that's very, very cool as well. And then in terms of the overall interface experience here, I know I've expressed my reservations with how slow the screens are that Jaguar's made in the past. I know with the Range Rover Sport unit, it's still not the best software because again, this is independent from those cars. But for the most part, it is pretty good. There are some lags at some instances, but I like it. When you click the navigation, it's pretty responsive, very responsive to the finger, and very easy to use just overall. And then moving back to the steering wheel area here, so as I mentioned earlier, these are interchangeable depending on which mode you're in or what you're doing. So for example, if you want to, you know, change your driving layout, you go down here and you can click on this here, and then you can obviously change the layout. So if you want the full map, if you want your media, if you want one dial, that's a very cool option here as well. So you click that. Again, pretty solid. It's pretty quick. And then if you want to go back, you click here. It gives you the option to change your, again, different modes here. And if you want to go back here, so this changed again. So now you have your phone call buttons, if you want to, you know, go next or back to your tracks. This is a quick button really. So if you press this, you have the option to customize it into whatever you want. So if you want to go to your home screen, if you want to do a low traction launch, media, navigation, whatever it is you might want. You've got your voice control button here, also your volume shifter, volume control button. And then also you've got your adaptive cruise control here in this car. So that's, again, an optional feature. This one has it. Very, very easy to turn on and use. And then you've got your heated steering wheel. Very, very useful for Canadian winters, trust me. And yeah, just very nice. Overall, very functional and very luxurious. And with that, my review on the 2022 Land Rover Defender comes to a conclusion, but we still have the driving portion of the car left. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you leave the notification bell on to see when I post that. But besides that, I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Take care.